Following his fourth driver's title win in Mexico, Natalie Pinkham and the F1 Report guests, Ted Kravitz and Mark Priestley, look ahead to what might be next for Lewis Hamilton. Following his fourth driver's title win in Mexico, Natalie Pinkham and the F1 Report guests, Ted Kravitz and Mark Priestley, look ahead to what might be next for Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton claimed his fourth World Championship title at the Mexican GP, but what does his future in Formula One look like? The 32-year-old became Britain's most successful F1 driver on Sunday after closest rival Sebastian Vettel failed to finish in the top two in Mexico City, taking the Mercedes driver above Sir Jackie Stewart's mark of 3 world titles. Hamilton's present contract with Mercedes expires at the end of 2018, and his long-term future in F1 has been subject to speculation given his globe-trotting exploits away from the sport and keen interest in music and fashion. Hamilton wins fourth F1 title. Hamilton proud but not done yet. Hamilton daring to be different. The Englishman insisted in Mexico he would still be around next season, saying it would be easy to copy former teammate Nico Rosberg and retire after winning the championship, and he is expected to sign a new 3-year contract with Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton joined the Sky F1 team after the Mexico GP to reflect on his fourth driver's title. Lewis Hamilton joined the Sky F1 team after the Mexico GP to reflect on his fourth driver's title. Sky F1's Ted Kravitz believes Hamilton will see out another contract with Mercedes before replacing Vettel to fulfill his dream of driving for Ferrari and finish his career with the Scuderia. He wasn't so coy on his future when he was having a sly old dig at Nico Rosberg at the weekend, Kravitz said on the F1 Report, which first airs at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday on Sky Sports F1. "I'm not so sure it's about how many titles will satisfy him, it's about seeing what he can do in the career that he's got left. He's 32, so he's got arguably another 5 or 6 years before leaving Formula One. I think he'll be bored of it by his 40s. I think another 2 or 3 years with Mercedes, which will take him to over 6 years in one team, and then he'll go and join Ferrari once Vettel goes off. He'll finish his career at Ferrari and win a championship at Ferrari." In 2017, Hamilton has set a new F1 record for pole positions and moved on to 62 Grand Prix wins, while his fourth title has brought into the focus the prospect of him surpassing Michael Schumacher's hitherto unthinkable record of 7 world championships and 91 race wins. Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton was crowned world champion for a fourth time at the Mexican GP to become the most successful British driver of all time. Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton was crowned world champion for a fourth time at the Mexican GP to become the most successful British driver of all time. Sky F1's Mark Priestley, who was a mechanic at McLaren when Hamilton first entered Formula One in 2007, joined Kravitz and Natalie Pinkham on the show. And he thinks that Hamilton will win as much as he can with the Silver Arrows before bowing out of the sport. "I think he'll walk away from Formula One at the end of his Mercedes career," Priestley said. "I think he's got music, he's got fashion, there is so much going on in Lewis' world that I think once he's done he'll walk away. If he only ends up with a year or 2 left of his racing career, is it worth going to a Ferrari that you don't know is going to deliver a championship? Do you fizzle out in a Ferrari or do you go out on top in a Merc?" Natalie Pinkham is joined by Sky F1's Ted Kravitz and Mark Priestley to review the Mexican GP where Lewis Hamilton was crowned world champion for a fourth time. Natalie Pinkham is joined by Sky F1's Ted Kravitz and Mark Priestley to review the Mexican GP where Lewis Hamilton was crowned world champion for a fourth time. Don't miss the F1 Report at 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday on Sky F1 as Ted Kravitz and Mark Priestley join Natalie Pinkham to review the Mexican GP and Lewis Hamilton's fourth world championship title. If you are using SkySports.com, you can comment below to get involved in the debate, but please adhere to our house rules. If you wish to report any comment, simply click on the down arrow next to the offending comment and click report.